Welcome, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. It's great to see you here tonight. We're going to have a beautiful service. We have Ruth accompanying us on the piano. We haven't really worked before officially, so I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go, but she's a professional for many years, so I'm sure it's going to be great. And it's really good to see you all here at Grand Villa. We found a beautiful place to share Shabbat. We don't pay rent, and they don't pay for a rabbi. Everybody's happy. The people who live here don't have too far to go, and we love being here. It's a beautiful place. We do things a little different at Va-Dor. We practice a rational form of Judaism that is consistent with science and reason and logic, and we invite debate. We invite discussion. So if you hear something from up here that you don't agree with, or you think is not rational, feel free to raise your hand, jump up and down, say something, and I'll be glad to respond. Yes, sir?
Would you speak slower for the older people because they are hearing? Slower, speak slower, so we're not on the street now.
Well, that's good. I like that. I like to have people who are not afraid to speak their mind, even if they're insulting. That's good. That's good. You got to hold preachers accountable. So I do tend to talk fast because I'm a rabbi and I'm an attorney. So I'm a fast talker. All right, but I will try to slow it down, even though I am confined to 1 hour. After 1 hour, I stop talking. I could be right in the middle of the most eloquent sermon, and all of a sudden, I'm done. All right? But I will speak.
Is it true you turn into a homeless fashion?
That's right. No, we're coming up to Passover. I'll turn into a piece of matzah. Yes. So it's great to be here. And we're going to start out with a song that I wrote to a TV show that you may have seen. It's called Cheers. Anybody ever see Cheers? That's a great show, isn't it? Okay. The difference is, though, you might have noticed there's nobody standing here with a guitar. So I'm going to do the music, some of it a cappella. Now, Ruth doesn't know this song, so I'll do it on my own, because I don't want you practicing on my time. If you've done this song 100 times, you can do it 101. But if you've never done it before, I'll do it on my own. I think you got the words too, and it goes like this. Making our way in the world today sure can take a lot. So Jews take time on the seventh day to pause and share Shabbat, seeking a righteous, peaceful way. On Shabbat we like to go where everybody seeks Hashem. And don't get hung up on the name. Thanks. You want to go and bask in the glow of the Sabbath candle's flame, where you can know that all are glad you came. You want to go where people grow, instead of just staying the same, where peace and love we joyously proclaim. That's from Cheers. Now, thank you very much. I wasn't sure I could do it for two reasons. One, I don't have my accompanist to tell me what note to start on. And two, my voice has been a little hoarse, and the higher notes I don't have anymore, but it worked. I'll tell you something else behind the scenes. You ready? This is a secret. Carol plays my songs for me, and sometimes when she gets the lyrics, she says, I think that you should change the words to this. And I say, no, I kind of like my lyrics the way they are. And sometimes I do change. Sometimes she comes up with a better way. But we struggled over this for hours. She said, you should say, you want to go where people grow. To stay stagnant is a shame. And I said, no, I like better my lyric that I wrote. You want to go where people grow, instead of just staying the same. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. It's official. So the point of being here on Shabbat is not to stay the same. If you walk out of here the same as when you came in, I failed. The prophets failed. Shabbat has failed. You're not here just to hear music, although it's nice. You're not here just to have some oneg, although I hope you'll stay. You're not here just to hang out with other people and meet some new people, which is always nice. You're here to change and to become better, uplifted. And to capture that mood and essence, we have Gloria Stein, who's battling injuries and illness, but she came up here anyway, and she's going to light the Shabbat candles and lead us in this part of our service.
As I limp along.
You can use my microphone as testing.
I don't need a microphone. Can everybody hear me?
That gentleman right there doesn't hear me.
Oh, crap.
Take the mic. Speak slowly. I speak slowly.
I will speak slowly. Jews have been kindling Shabbat lights for a long time. The lighting of 2 Shabbat candles, one for Zachor, remember the Sabbath day, and one for Shamor, observe the Sabbath day, is how we imbued this secular space of our homes with a touch of eternity. The journey back to Judaism often begins with this transformative act. So let us conduct this beautiful and ancient custom as we light the Shabbat candles tonight. Voila. Oops. Uh-oh was right. Who said uh-oh? That was appropriate. You think? Ay, ay, ay. Come on, Wick. It's kind of short. Sorry, guys, technical difficulty. Woo. Yeah, please do.
You did it well.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvosav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being my chorus.
Thank you. Now we have, wrong one. Al Vintrum is going to come up and lead us in the Kiddush. If you would like to participate in the service, see Sharon. She can make it happen. And if you want to participate by sharing some thoughts of your own, you're welcome to do that too. Just raise your hand. Or see me ahead of time. There. No, you want to do this one. You can just do this. The Hebrew. There you go.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, borei peri hagofen. Amen.
Good job. Anything you want to add?
No.
All right, very good. All right, we're moving right along. We're now going to sing Hine Matov U'Manayim, how good it is to be dwelling together. In order to do this song right, I need piano and I need a drummer. Is there a drummer in the house? Come on up, hurry up. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, la 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 la. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. Now keep playing, play another verse. Now we're going to sing. I'm going to sing this time in Arabic. It is the holiday of Ramadan. And so in order to show solidarity with our cousins, our neighbors, our theological best friends, we're very monotheistic, both of us, we're going to do it in Arabic. Como wajayid wa mufid, anai shaykhwatan wachad. Como wajayid wa mufid, anai shaykhwatan wachad. Que agradable es unirse en paz celebrando como hermanos, con merveilleux et magnifique, célébrer comme frères ensemble. Thank you very much. My friends, I urge you to go and visit a local mosque and be with our Muslim brothers and sisters on this Ramadan. It's a beautiful experience. Coming here is great, but I'm telling you, they're very warm, hospitable, they love to see you, and if you show up there, you're doing a mitzvah. You are helping to heal the wounds between two religions that are as close together as brother and sister. We need to make amends and we need to be friendly and join with our Muslim brothers and sisters in unity and harmony. I recommend Al Tawad in Lake Worth. It's a great place. Imam Zahir runs it, and I will be there sponsoring one of their nights, and I'll let Sharon know, and you can come and join us if you'd like. Now we're going to continue with the Baruch Hu. Please stand. Go ahead, Ruth, give me an intro or something. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Leolam Vahid. We read together, let us exalt and celebrate the wonder, beauty, and majesty of the creative power that gave rise to everything, including us, the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated. Before I read the V'ahavta, we do have Pam here from the, what was the group that we were at? The Interfaith Cafe. She and I were sitting at a table with someone of the Muslim persuasion, and I picked something, I noticed something in the Quran that I thought was a little bit dangerous, a little bit violent. And then I pointed out, you know what? My Bible has some dangerous, violent things too. Maybe we could all join together and say that this isn't infallible. This wasn't written by an infallible being. Let's get rid of her. Let's say that these parts were written in our more primitive times, and now we can ignore these and focus on the beautiful, loving passages. He took great offense, very, very upset. And he said, he said I didn't like him and things like that. I just want to share something with you. This is called the V'ahavta, and you shall love. To love someone as I try to explain, doesn't mean that we agree with everything that they do and everything that they say and everything that's in some book that was written 3,000 years ago. Just like somebody was telling me they practiced some Jewish rituals, which I didn't think was very meaningful, and I shared my opinion, she took great offense. My friends, let us not get upset with people who disagree with us. It would be horrible if every time we were with somebody, they had to agree with everything we said and thought. How would we learn? How would we grow? How would we advance? That's what Judaism is all about, is advancing. Let us be able to disagree agreeably and share different thoughts and not feel so compelled, oh, I have to say everything that this person thinks. And if he says something I disagree with, I'm going to get mad at him. I appreciate when someone says, Rabbi, speak more slowly. That is how I learn. I could be up here and say bumbling nonsense. And if nobody has the courtesy to tell me that, and I walk out of here and nobody shows up again and I don't know why, they're doing me no favors. So let us continue with the V'ahavta. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'vlechtecha b'derech u'shachpecha u'v'komecha וכשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. I had another person come here from a very erudite intellectual organization. And he said, you didn't translate all the Hebrew into English. I didn't know what you were talking about, and I was lost. You should translate everything. If I did, we'd be here for a very long time. So let me give you the quick translation. Shema, the universe and cosmos is one, and we should recognize that and be at one with everything and everyone. The Baruch Hu, let us give praise for the miracle and the wonders of creation. The V'ahavta, let us look at creation and everything in it with a feeling of love and awe and respect. And let us also celebrate the exodus from Egypt spiritually. Mitzrayim means narrow straits. Let us break out of our narrow-mindedness, expand our minds, and let us truly be free in thought and in deed. We now continue with the Vishamru. Barry sings and Ruth plays. Okay. Hopefully she plays in my key. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam barit olam Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam barit olam. Thank you, Ruth. And Howard, translation, we give thanks to God for creating the world in 6 days and resting on the seventh. Today we know it took a little longer than that, and it was far more spectacular than anything our ancestors could have imagined. I'd like to just pause for a moment and just realize how incredible the evolution from a singularity to a galaxy, to the sun, to the earth, to life on earth, to evolution into who we are. Let's just contemplate how incredible that is. Far more amazing than anything our ancestors understood, far more amazing than 6 days. That's why we're here, to celebrate the wonder, the miracle of creation that led to you and me. And since we defied all the odds and we made it here, let's make the best of our lives. That's what the Vishamru means. Now we have the Avot v'Imahot. This is where we give thanks to our fathers, our mothers, literally, and also our forefathers and foremothers for giving us this incredible heritage. For this, if it's comfortable for you, you can stand, not stay right where you are, that's all good too. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov. Elohei Socha, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanocha El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, V'Mevi Geula Livnei Bneihem Lema'an Shemo B'Hava. Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sora. Ata Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh U'Kadoshim B'Chol Yom Yahaluch Asela Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. The last part is saying that everything in this universe, including us, it's all holy. Now we have Hevenu Shalom Aleichem. That's a good intro. Hevenu Shalom Aleichem. Hevenu Shalom Aleichem. Hevenu Shalom Aleichem. Hevenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Hevenu Shalom Aleichem. Hevenu Shalom Aleichem. Hevenu Shalom Aleichem. Hevenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Now, just to show you how close we are to our Muslim brothers and sisters, Shalom Aleichem. How do they say that in Arabic? Anybody know? Salam Aleikum. Pretty darn close, I would say. Yes. And now, to put that into practice, let everybody wish Shalom to your neighbor and say hello and Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Howard. This is Saul Friedman. He told me he was the president over at Temple Emet, where they had 2,600 paid members. That's incredible. We have you almost matched. We have 2,600 unpaid members. We're on your heels. We're on your heels. All right, now we are now going to take a few moments. Most important part of the service, the silent meditation, when we can take our time and very slowly meditate to ourselves and figure out how do we translate all these beautiful words into action in the coming week. So let us spend a few moments in silent meditation. We're now going to read the names of some of those who are ailing. Rita Elias, Laura Gallagher, Sherry Glass, Margie Goldman Paderna, Nadine Herbst, Stephen Heyman, Carol Kahn, Ann Kritzer, Dr. Sudhir Nair, Marilyn Paul, Laura Perlman Davins, Ira Phillips, Vivian Pronin, Bernie Rosen, Libby Rubin, Laura Santa Cruz, Harvey Shearer, Victor Siegel, Jack Silvers, Miriam Sivak, Fred Spielhoff, Jacob Viner, Douglas Volan, Jordan Volan, Naomi Volan, Sheila Winston. Anybody have any other names? Yes. Thank you. Thanks. Yes. Go ahead. Yes. 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 Anybody else? What about this side? Yes. Yes. Thank you. You got a name? We hope that those folks and all who are ailing will receive a refuah shlema, and that our precious planet Earth, with our help, might also receive healing, a refuah shlema. We're now going to sing Misha Berach. Misheberach avotenu mikol habaracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu lekor habracha levotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. All right, now we're going to have the Torah service. Before that, we read responsively, and I'm not sure, I think in one of those bags back there, I have those noisemakers. I think I brought them in. Maybe somebody could check all the way in the back. I think there's some noisemakers, but I'm not sure if I brought them or not. But we're going to read responsively. May we become more than we have been, more than we are. Learning one day to do justly and love mercy. All right, we have Alan Rubenstein and Lucy Bernstein. They are going to come up and carry the Torahs around. And somebody can grab those noisemakers if you'd like. Make some noise, folks. We are rejoicing with the Torah. Torah, 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 Torah. David, Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai V'Kayam. David, shake it, that's it. Chai Chai V'Kayam. David Melech Yisrael, Chai Chai. Hevenu Shalom Alechem. Shalom Alechem. Hevenu Shalom Alechem. Hevenu Shalom Alechem. Hevenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Alechem. Hevenu Shalom Alechem. Hevenu Shalom Alechem. Hevenu Shalom Alechem. Hevenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Alechem. As you can see, my voice has recovered somewhat just in time, because Carol is not here to do a little bit of the singing. And now, the pièce de résistance. Je vais lire quelque chose de la Torah. Do we have any French speakers here? All right, I'll try Spanish. Yo voy a leer algo de la Torah. Es el principio de Vayikra. We're reading the very beginning of Vayikra. You know how to say Vayikra in Spanish? Vayikra, right. Actually, you know how to say it in English? It's actually Leviticus. So in Spanish, it's probably Levitico. Anytime a word ends in US in English, it's O in Spanish, so it would be Levitico. Oh yeah, I know. Just get me. Keyed up to the right place. We have a prayer for everything. Yes, we do. If you like, you can join in with me. Baruch hu et Adonai hamavorach. Baruch Adonai hamavorach leolam vahed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah. Literally, this blessing gives thanks to God for choosing the Jews above all people. Here we believe it happened a little differently. We believe that the Jewish people chose to seek out the outer boundaries of the universe, to seek something beyond themselves, to try to figure out what's going on in this world and in the cosmos and how we can connect with it and how we can be better people and learn to live in peace and harmony. We did the choosing, not a supernatural agent. And the Torah is cherished not because it was written by an infallible being. There's a lot of things in here that are not infallible at all. We cherish the Torah. We honor the Torah. We stand for the Torah. We sing from the Torah. We read it every week because it represents the hopes, the dreams, the ideals, the vision of our ancestors who saw a better world, a world not as it was, but as it could be. Their vision was a little imperfect. They didn't understand a lot of things. They were influenced by some rather primitive concepts, but they started out on the path of living morally, decently, and kindly. And we are here following their footsteps, constantly evolving and changing. And each one of us is part of that evolutionary process. We are all helping Judaism to be transformed. So we're reading now the very beginning of Vayikra, the third book of the Bible, or in English, Leviticus. Vayikra Moshe v'yidaber Adonai elav me'ohel me'ed. And God called out to Moses and said to him from the tent of meeting, Lemor, as follows, Daber b'nei Yisrael v'amart alehem Adam ki yakriv mikim korban l'Adonai. Said to Moses, speak to the children of Israel and say to them, if somebody brings a sacrifice to me. Now the logical question that Moses would have asked, well, according to modern understanding, there's 600,000 Jews that came out of Egypt. How do I talk to all of those people without a microphone? That would be the logical question, right? But if you're not logical, you don't have to think about things like that. We do. That's reason 8,039 why we don't take all of this literally. Min ha-behema, min ha-bakar, min hatzon. If you make a sacrifice from your beasts, from your flock, from your herds, takrivu et korbanachem. Bring these sacrifices to the Lord. Im olah karbanu min ha-bakar, zachar tamim, yakrivenu el petach ohel. If you're bringing an animal from the flock, make sure it is pure, without any blemish. That way it'll be pleasing and acceptable to God. Samach yado al rosh ha'olah v'nirtza lo lichaper alav. And you shall place your hand upon its head, and then you do things that I'd rather not discuss to that poor, defenseless, innocent animal, and then you will be lichaper. Anybody know what that word is really? Chaper. If you put a dot in the chaf, it becomes a kuf, and chaper becomes kaper or kippur. Lechaper means to atone for. So Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, is related to the verb lechaper, meaning to atone. The verbs and nouns are all interconnected, mostly in Hebrew from three-letter roots, kaf, pe, resh. And then if you do that, it'll be acceptable to the Lord. Now the blessing after the Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. So today a lot of people like to say, hey, guess what? I am a Levite. I am a Kohen. And then we're supposed to say, okay, I believe you. How would we know? How would we possibly know 3,000 years ago that somebody's a Kohen or a Levite? Well, you could do a DNA test, and they have done some, and they kind of figure out who maybe these guys are all related, or maybe the guy's name is Kohen, but who knows? That could have been changed, way back when. I will tell you how you know if someone's a Levi. It's in their genes. Yes, it's in their genes. Of course. Levi was a Jewish guy. Levi and Strauss, they were Jewish guys. And so their favorite colors were Blue and white. Wow, that's why they're blue jeans. If he was Christian, it would probably be red or green jeans or something like that. But he's Jewish. So he created blue jeans. Levi, it's in your genes. Now, what does the word Levi actually mean? Levi means to accompany. So there's the Kohen, the top high priest, and then the Levites, they were the assistant priests. But Levi has some other meanings as well. It means the heart. Lev means heart. Levi is related to the word heart, or it sounds like it. I shouldn't say it's related. I don't want to mislead you. Levi in Hebrew is with a vav, but the word for heart is with a vet. But it sounds pretty close. And it reminds us of the heart. The Torah says, when you bring a sacrifice to the Lord, make sure it is pure, without blemish. What is that telling us, my friends? Fortunately, as an animal rights attorney, I can tell you, fortunately, the hideous, barbaric practice of animal sacrifice has been long, long gone. The Jews picked it up because everybody was doing it. It was very fashionable back then. They thought God wanted people dead because he kept killing people with thunder and lightning and plagues and diseases and famines and earthquakes. So they figured he wants blood, we'll give him some other person's blood or an animal's blood, and then he'll leave us alone. So they thought that, but they were wrong. All right, we've evolved since then. In fact, the Judaism that we practice is unrecognizable to Moses. If Moses walked in here, he'd have no clue what was going on, except for the Hebrew that he would understand. But a rabbi, what's a rabbi? A siddur? What's a siddur? The Torah? What's the Torah? It wasn't actually given to him by God. The music and a woman playing the piano. Oh my goodness. The drums, yeah, he'd get that. They like the timbrels and the drums, that's cool. But the rest of it's unrecognizable. We've changed quite a bit. But here's where we say the same. You see, Judaism has always changed, always evolved, always improved. But have you ever heard Martin Luther King say the arc of history is long, but it bends towards justice? The arc of Jewish history is long, but it bends towards justice and rational thinking. And eventually people got to the place where they realized slaughtering an animal, it's not a nice thing to do, and it doesn't do a darn bit of good, and we don't believe in a God who likes the aroma of charred flesh. Even some of our humans have evolved to become vegetarians. We think God's beyond all that. So they did away with that, fortunately. But we can still learn something from it. Korban is the word for sacrifice. It means to get close. It's trying to get us closer to that part of ourselves that is pure and innocent and which can bring out the best in us. It's that voice inside of us, that conscience inside of us, that spark of life inside of us, that's inside of everyone else, that we were born with, that was pure, that's become tainted along the way. So it says it has to be pure, without blemish. What does that mean? It means that when we try to get closer to our purity, our soul, to the universe, to connect with it, we have to be pure. We have to get rid of all the negativity, all the baggage, all the chametz, right? All the clutter that's keeping us down, and think about how incredible life is. You know, sometimes I do an unveiling. You ever hear that, an unveiling? I like to think sometimes when we do the unveiling, we should think of the unavailing. How much of what we do is unavailing? How much of what we think is unavailing? We think nonsense. We waste our time. We have limited time here, and we spend it on nonsense or getting angry or carrying a grudge or worrying about things instead of counting our blessings. We should be pure in our spirits and our thoughts, and then we can approach the divine within us. What else does Levite mean? It levitate, to raise up. We try to lift up our spirits and elevate ourselves to a higher level. My dad used to say the greatest miracle is that we don't have to be the same person today that we were yesterday if we use all the powers that were planted in us by Almighty God. I would change the last part of it because I've evolved a little bit. My thinking is like my dad, a little different. I would say if we use all the powers that has been evolved in us over billions of years of natural selection. Either way, it's pretty powerful, right? So levitate means to lift up. By the way, my friends, The best way to be happy when we're glum, things are going poorly, and we're upset, the best way to be happy, make someone else happy. And watch what happens. It not only makes that person happy, it makes us happy. Levite means to accompany, which means that we were born as gregarious animals. Right? Dr. Weiss can tell us that, right? We're gregarious. Isn't our nature to be with other people? And so if we're suffering, be with other people. They can help us. Sometimes we think, oh, I don't want to bother somebody. I don't want to ask for help. That's nonsense. People want to help you. If you're going through a tough time, come here, call me, be with your friends. People want to help. And if they're going through tough times, offer your help, because it'll make you and them happy. So that's what Levite means. It means to lift up each other. So the bottom line of everything I'm trying to say is this: helping other people, lifting each other up, seeking purity. It's in our genes as Jews and as human beings. And our genes are comprised of DNA. It stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. And in almost all animals, it also means this: do not alter. The DNA is the script for the animal. It says what color it will be. It says what height it will be. It says what its disposition it will be. Do not alter. Human beings have a rational, conscious mind. Not all of us use it, sadly. So not all of us, some of them, it's like do not alter. They were born a certain way, they were indoctrinated a certain way, they believe a certain way, and that's it. But if you're Jewish, if you're rational, and you can break free in your thinking beyond what you were indoctrinated to believe, it stands for destiny, not assumed. There's nothing that can stop us. When we are liberated with our thoughts and our love for other people, we can achieve communion with the cosmos, purity, and we can be at one with other people. Shabbat Shalom. Now, let me see what's next. Naaseh Shalom. Okay, I changed the words from Yaaseh Shalom, meaning a supernatural being will bring us peace, to Naaseh Shalom, meaning that we can bring about a world of peace. Now, if you're thinking, well, I can't bring peace in the entire world, maybe not, but you can bring peace in your little corner, and that might help a little bit. And also, if you want to bring peace in the whole world, speak out about things that matter. And don't tell the rabbi or other Jewish people, don't say that, that's political. Oh, no. Get involved in the world, get engaged in the world. That's not being political, it's being Jewish. Naaseh Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imeru amen. Naaseh Shalom, Naaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael. Naaseh Shalom, Naaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael. I do have to say, it is a pleasure singing with Ruth and with Howard. They're really awesome, and it's a pleasure being with all of you as well. We're going to continue now with the Aleinu, which we're going to sing rather quickly. You can stand, please, if you like. Aleinu lishabeh Adon hakol, la tekedula lioseh bereshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, ולא שמענו משפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad. Shemo, Ushemo echad. Please remain standing. We read the names of those who have recently been summoned from us. Simone Calfon, Dave Cohen, Harvey Gold, Louis Greenberg, Lorraine Klempner, Sarah Kowalski, Alan Michael Marsh, Dr. Kenneth Master, Harvey Metzger, Hilda Nadelberg, Linda Pruskin, David Rachel, Rhoda Rodman, Rana Savage, Carol Wickinson, and the folks whose anniversary of whose departure occurs these days. Elda Bernstein, Louis Bernstein, Charles Beyer, Manny Brucker, Sarah Butler, Richard Chapnick, Alice Cohen, David Dworkin, Sandra Furman, Blanche Zeitz, Gitterman, Esther Glass, Bessie Glauberman, Jacob Glauberman, Louise Graff, Lori Grasky, Charlotte Harris, Horace Hecht, Paul Kesslin, Rose Kraft, Martin Krause, Joseph L. Cromash, Larry Lieberman, Eileen Melnick, Jack Nodiff, Jeffrey Malone Parrish, Sam Perlman, Bernard Posner, Dorothy Posner, Solomon Purish, Reuben Radak, Jane Rosenblum, Sarah Seid, Joyce Seligman, and Bernard Silverman. Any other names? Yes. Thanks. Anybody else? Yes. Thanks. Yes. Thanks. Yeah. Let us give thanks for our lives and for our ability to perpetuate what was good and noble in their lives. They're no longer here walking this earth, so it's up to us to embody what made them special and unique. We recall their blessed memories. We read the Kaddish. Yiskedal v'yiskedash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad yifrach ruseh v'yamlich malchuseh, v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayeh l'chol beis Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mivarach l'olam omei omaya, yisparach v'yistabach v'yispoar v'yischoma v'yisnaseh, v'yisadar v'yisalev v'yisalal shemei l'kodashah b'richu, le'ilom yenkol b'rchasa v'shirasa, tushbechasa v'nechamasa, Damichon v'yalma v'imru amen. Yehi shlom rabba min shmaya v'chayim, aleinu v'yalkol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'yalkol Yisrael v'imru amen. Please be seated. I call up Sharon for her announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi Barry Silver. Thank you to Ruth Notiff on the piano and Howard on the drums. And thank you all for joining us for Shabbat and celebrating this beautiful weekly holiday together. At Va-Dor, we welcome one and all through our doors. And on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, we have a rational interpretation of the Torah with Rabbi Barry, a touch of Torah at 7 p.m. on Zoom, so you can do it from your home. And next Friday night, we'll invite both Carol, we'll have Cantor Carol come back from her vacation, which she's on tonight with her grandchildren. And we'll have our dinner at Zimmy's at 6 o'clock if you'd like to join in at dinner, and then come over here at 7:30 and have a wonderful Shabbat. And Dr. Marcy Weiss will be sponsoring our Shabbat that night and our Oneg Shabbat. It will be very special next week in memory of her beloved father. And on April 3rd, Monday, I'm so pleased that many of you are joining us for our Va-Dor Passover Seder. Tomorrow and Sunday are the deadlines for payment and reservations. So if you have not given anything to me yet for the Passover Seder, please let us know so that you can be included on our April 3rd at 12:30 p.m. Passover Seder, which will be wonderful with Cantor Carol Garrett and Rabbi Barry Silver. We welcome you to join Va-Dor. We welcome you to support our congregation, our synagogue, and just find us on our website, ladorvador.org, our webpage, our YouTube channel, our Instagram, and be part of Va-Dor. And we thank you again for joining us both literally and virtually. Thank you very much. Shabbat Shalom.
Thanks. Thanks, Sharon. Don't have any reservations about making a reservation, and don't let this holiday pass you over. Make sure you join with us to celebrate the holiday of freedom. I will also make this announcement, which may come as a surprise to some of you. Today, I filed a challenge with Governor DeSantis according to the Parental Responsibility in Education Act. He passed it last year so that any book which is harmful, which is sexually explicit, which has indoctrination in it, should be banned from the schools of Florida. So I've asked him to ban the Bible. And I am going to follow this up seriously. Taken literally, it could be exceptionally dangerous, especially for kids. The 2 synagogue shooters who now have placed fear in the hearts of Jewish people, both were inspired by the Bible to do what they did. We don't want to have people indoctrinated by the Bible unless they get a lot of education and unless they're told not to take it literally true. I will follow up with you and let you know what's going on. Also, the abortion case is alive and well. We have some big hearings coming up, and I'll keep you posted on that. By the way, I think you know this. We have non-mandatory dues. We're thrilled to see you here. If you come here and you welcome Shabbat with us, we're good to go. We're happy. If you can tell other people about us and bring people to share in a rational approach to Judaism, to strengthen rational religion, that's even better. And if you can share the word about us on the internet, that's great. We're thrilled. And if you can volunteer and help out, that's good too. If you want to throw some money our way towards dues, that's good too. But we want to see you. We want you to be part of our congregational family. And it's a thrill for me. I got the greatest job in the world. I get to share the beauty and joy of Judaism with all of you wonderful people and carry on my dad's legacy. And to that, I give you all my thanks. We're now going to have the final benediction. I hope that from this passage we'll recognize that it's in the genes and the DNA of every Jewish person to seek oneness with the cosmos, to be of help to other people, to join with others, and to lift up each other and ourselves to the highest level that we possibly can based on all the powers imbued in us by billions of years of natural selection and the love, the wonderful love of our parents and grandparents and ancestors who believed in us. We now continue with the Motzi. That's too high for me, I think. Motzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our prayer is joyfully said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. I don't know if any of you have seen this, but there was a boat filled with Jewish people fleeing persecution, and they were showing up in Israel. And spontaneously on the way over, they broke out into singing Hatikva. Anybody ever seen that? It's incredible footage. Yes, we're going to sing it now. Please stand up and sing the greatest national anthem ever, The Hope, Hatikva. Kol hod balevav penima nefesh Yehudi homiha ulfate mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia Od lo havda tikvatenu hatikva shnot alpayim liot am chofshi be'atzenu eretz Sion Berushalah. To be a free people in our country, in the land of Israel. Be'atzenu Eretz Sion v'Yerushalayim. Shabbat Shalom. Please see me on the other side over at the Oneg. We got extra food today, more food than usual. We're not going to be able to finish it all without your help. All right, join us, please. Shabbat Shalom.